Good morning, everyone. Zach here to share a very awesome juice recipe. Juice is the first thing I do in the morning after my Ayurveda water therapy, which I made a video about over the summer. So let's start making some juice. Today's recipe involves organic multicolored carrots, a red beet, also organic, a bunch of kale, and 3 oranges, all of which are organic. The cool thing about making juice with sweet things such as carrots, beets, and oranges is you can sneak a lot of greens in there, a surprising amount, and you just increase the total amount of green nutritional content in your daily consumption without really having to scarf down a huge amount of foliage. And one of the most powerful aspects of juicing, the reason why juicing is what it is and why it's so important, is that all of this will bypass your digestive process and get absorbed straight into the body. When you eat food, the fiber has to be processed by the digestive acids in the stomach. Juice does not. So juice is essentially nature's supplement. This is about as far as I get into the realm of supplements, is just getting minerals absorbed into my body in the most profound fashion possible. If you research a little bit on what minerals you need, or research what vegetables contain which minerals you need, you can get an adequate and highly bioavailable supplement of those minerals just by juicing them. So let's start juicing. I use an Omega, I think it's a 3600. I'm not really into product placement and all of that, but this juicer is so cool, and it's so much better than my other one. See how it's really slow, the movement? This reduces the friction and the heat, so everything comes out completely raw and alive, and the juice is also significantly higher quality than the fast-speed centrifuge ones. Okay, I always start with the greens first because you get the least amount out of it. And I want to make sure that any juice that's left in the juicer is not my kale. Because you always have a couple of drops at the end that you can't manage to get out of it. And the kale is the most valuable thing for me. See all that green goodness? Amazing. And the next, I'm going to do some carrots. The citrus I usually use last because the juicy pulp material tends to clog up the filter, the screen filter, a little bit more than the rest of what we're juicing. We'll cut up this beet, cut the top of it off here. Man of when you add beets to juice, it just makes your vital organs just sing out with happiness. It's a very profound feeling. So, do the rest of our carrots here. This one is a little bit thick. I'm going to cut the top in half. It's a nice little workout, too. You have to press these things pretty hard to get them in there. Then our oranges, which is, of course, the tastiest part overall. It's hard to beat organic citrus, in my opinion. I've been doing this juice the past week just about, and it has been blowing my mind, so I figure it's about time to express the profundity of this recipe, of this blend. Hopefully this will get you guys juice excited. I used to be quite a coffee addict, and I no longer use caffeine, or when I do, it's rare instances for enjoyment. And this can honestly provide the same amount of energy, or even more really, than you get from drinking a caffeinated substance. Once you get past the addiction of being hooked on caffeine, because then you'll feel unsatisfied if you're without caffeine when you're addicted, obviously. But anyways, all right. Part of the trick is kind of turning it up and then bringing it back both directions. With all juicers, you have to find a good way to shake them a little bit to get those last drops of juice. Juice is way too sacred to me to allow any drops to be lost in the juicing process. So, okay. Then I got my secondary screen here. I'll show you this. Yeah, this guy comes with a second filter. So a lot of pulp and liquid is still caught in this pulp. So I tap it on there a little bit. If you tap too hard, the pulp will start pressing through the screen, but just real gentle, you can get it to drip through pretty good. And that's just about the last of it. Now, what do you do with all of this beautiful rainbow-colored pulp? It can be composted, or we can route that into another recipe. And I'll be doing some recipes involving juice pulp byproduct very soon. So I hope you guys can get excited about the idea of having not only juice, but also awesome raw foods that come from the pulp. It's pretty sad to see the pulp go to waste. Sometimes I compost it, but I try not to. All right. You guys see how red that is? Yeah, you can kind of see it. Beautiful color, man. That beet just telling you can just feel that vital energy in there. All right, so I gave thanks to all those vegetables before I started juicing them, before I put the computer on. Now I'm going to express my greatness, or my gratefulness, to reality. This is very nourishing, and I'm very grateful to have it. Juicetastic. Have a great day, guys.